Well, I would have put money on me leaving Bath over the summer. I was convinced after that last day shenanigans that we would have found ourselves a new club. Alas, it was not to be. We've been here 2 full years. We've had a promotion and not one job offer has come in for me yet. Leaving Alfreton when we did the way we did is still causing me problems, it seems. Hello and welcome to Club 2, Part 16 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're going to be having a look through all of our summer comings and goings, plus playing our first game of the Conference National season away against Dover. It has been a busy summer. We've pretty much had our wage budget doubled over the summer, and goodness me, have we spent it. I think there's significant improvement all the way through the squad. If we start having a look at the players who were released, we have got rid of some of the deadwood, some of the troublemakers, and some of the recurring head injuries. So, leaving the club, Jack Compton, Andrew Burns, who was a right back we signed last summer, Josh Doughty, so I don't have to keep saying his name wrong from now on. Apaya was someone who had potential but was unhappy with not getting first team football. Danny Mills just wasn't up to it anymore. He spent too much time out injured. I don't think he's ready to make the step up, or I don't think he ever will be ready. He's 29 now. He's tried it a few times throughout his career and always finds his level back down in the National League South. So hopefully someone will pick him up and he can score a hatful of goals for them in this season. Reece Sharp was our backup left back. Henry Lander, I think, was a backup centre back who never even played a game, I don't think. Played one game for us. And then Akabuini was the backup central midfielder who I was quite excited about when he came in, but he never really did anything for us, although he's fallen on his feet and ended up at Wrexham in this division earning more money than he was earning with us. In addition to the players we released, we managed to sell a player. Adam Parks, our backup goalkeeper, has been sold to Swindon in League 2 for £3,000. It makes no difference to our overall terrible finances, but it's nice to see that we sold a player. It does make me think that maybe we should have given him a game at some point if he was good enough to go into the league. But enough of all that. Let's have a look at the players who are coming into the club. There's a couple of names that you might recognise, either from real life or from maybe the Back in the Borough save, they just came up organically. They came up on my scouts reports. And the first 4, actually, we had arranged to sign before we played the last few games of the season. These were the ones that came up on the scout reports towards the end of last year, and we just sort of put offers in, starting to build for what I was hoping, what I was expecting was going to be another National League South promotion push. So they're not quite at the standard we were hoping for. Not all of them anyway. James Jennings is a good example of that. He's got potential, but he's not going to get in our team anytime soon. He's a 19-year-old striker who can also play wide, 2-star current ability, 5-star potential. He was at Stoke and he never played a game for him. I mean, he's quick. That might be handy. The greatest name in the history of Football Manager. He should be a bit of a star for us. I think he's a Greek under-21 international who's been away at the European under-21 championships over the summer. Odysseus Spyrides. I realise there's probably a better way to say that, or a correct way to say it. I don't care. He Spyrides. And he's got 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's right up there as one of our best strikers at the club already. He's a poacher. He did have some time at Chelmsford last year and didn't really do much there. He's going to be a hero for us, though, because his name is Spyrides. Connor T is a 20-year-old central midfield player, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. I think he's got the potential to be a bit of a superstar for us. Was at Leicester, has spent time down in non-league before with Whitehawk, and then took the step up to the National League last year with Sutton, but didn't really get in their team, but he will get in our team. So he'll play more than 2 games, that's for sure. And then Ashley Poper's another striker, this time a defensive forward, 20 years old, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's another one who was at Sutton in this league last year, but before that scored loads of goals for Poole the year before and was at Bournemouth. Did Sutton get relegated? No, they actually got promoted to League 2. So we've signed 2 players who were squad players for a team that got promoted out of this division last year. Suddenly, I'm very excited. Then just we'll race through the rest of these. Stop if you want to look at them in any more detail. Josh Barnes, 19-year-old left winger, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Came in from Forest to be a backup for Rowe on that left wing. Kieran Stabana, we didn't really need a right back. But he's very good, and he got like an 85-90 on the scout recommendation. Relatively cheap. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. It's only now I'm saying his name out loud that I realise his name is Stabana, which Nobody tweet her. That's not going to go down well. But he's had a weird career where he was at Derby, dropped down to Dulwich in the Super Non-League and never played a game, but then made his way all the way up to the Premier League with Palace and never played a game for them either, and now he's back down in Non-League again. So what a weird career he's had, despite that. My theory behind signing him was not only is he really highly recommended, but Palace saw something in him last summer. Now, he obviously wasn't Premier League quality because they released him after a year, but he's probably National League quality if Palace took a plunge on him last summer. Luke Walsh is a right midfielder to offer some backup to O'Tim on that side. We couldn't get Hinchcliffe on loan again for another year. Notts County are in this division with us and they want to play him, the swines. But he's going to offer some backup to O'Tim. And O'Tim has come on leaps and bounds over the summer as well, so hopefully we won't miss Hinchcliffe too much. Nile Freeman is another striker, another defensive forward, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's come in from Wrexham. I know we've signed a lot of players, but we weren't very good. We needed to. Ches Isaac, central midfielder, 27 years old, 3-star ability. He's been playing at this level for years for Braintree and Woking, was previously at Watford, but lots of experience at this level, and that's exactly what we needed. Didn't play at all for Woking last year. Was that because of injuries? Not really. Just didn't play, which is a bit weird. But he'll play for us this year. Dan Sweeney is another central midfielder who's a little bit older, got a bit more experience. 3-star ability, 26 years old. Has been up in League 2 with Barnet for the last 4 seasons, although never really played at that level. But did play at this level previously for Maidstone and below this level for other teams. Matty Waters is the name that you might recognise from back in the Borough. He's been on loan with my Nuneaton team a couple of times in that save. But he came up on the scout reports. We needed a left back. He's been playing for Chester at this level, doesn't let himself down. He can come in and offer some competition for Osborne at left back. Regan Upton is some competition for centre back, 23 years old, 2.5-star current ability, just the 4-star potential. Bit disappointed in the potential on this lad, but again, he's someone who's got a little bit of National League experience, and that's what I've tried to do with as many of these signings as possible. We either need to have mega potential or at least a bit of experience playing at this level, because none of our current squad really do. Carlo Zeiger is a goalkeeper, 19-year-old Croatian, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. It's come in from Chelsea. You know, we had the opportunity to sign a player from Chelsea, so we did. And then Joel Kaduba is a 19-year-old defensive midfielder who can also play central midfield or centre-back, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. I've brought him in because in all of these positions, he's better than what we've got. Okay, not centre-back, but in midfield he is. He's coming from Stoke and gives us the option to play with a holding midfield player if we want to. And then lastly, I've just filled out the squad with some loan players who, same as last year with the goalkeeper we brought in, the scouts said they were better than everything we had. They're really not. They're probably not going to play. James Crozier is another option for centre-back, but he's only got 2.5-star current ability. He's behind Stone and Chambers and no better than Upton, but he's coming on loan from Crewe. Chris Evans is a goalkeeper, and again, we're supposed to be better than what we've got. He's not, so he'll sit probably in the reserves. We won't even send him back. Scott Armsworth was supposed to be a 4-star current ability left back. He's not. 2.5-star. He's on loan from Fulham for the year. He's no better than what we've got. And Charlie Dunkley, 21-year-old striker. He was supposed to be better than what we had. He's not. He's not even going to get on the bench. He's on loan from Luton. I think what I've learned is not to trust my scouts. All of these free transfers came in for trial before I signed them, so at least their ratings didn't change after they arrived. My scouts are just rubbish. I need to stop relying on them. Perhaps we need new scouts. I think we need to play a football match. That was a lot of players to bring in. How many players was that? Too many players. What's it done to dynamics? It's all good. We got promoted. We currently have 47 players at the club, including 24 in the first team, who are considered to be very happy. Apparently having 47 players at the club is now a positive. They've mostly made their way into social groups. We'll call that a successful pre-season. So this is the team that we're playing for the first game of the season. We're not changing the tactic yet. We might do if we need to later on. In fact, do we need to tweak this to accommodate Kaduba better? Not really. What's a Carrilero? Is that the thing you all told me I'm not supposed to use? That's the box-to-box midfielder who also covers out on the wing. Yeah, I'm not allowed to use him because I tried to do that before and got told off. So we've got Biddle in goal. A back four of Armsworth, Crozier, Stone and Chambers. With Rowe, Kaduba, Stevens and O'Tim in midfield, Rittenberg and Robles up front. So we're trying some of the new players. And I mean, I'm going into the first game of the season. I have not got a clue what my first choice team is at the moment. It's been one of those kind of summers. We've been so focused on bringing in players. I've not given as much thought as maybe I could have done into how we combine them all together into a team. So I think we've got a good bunch of players. It's going to take me 10 or 12 games to work out who the best one in each position is. There's going to be a decent amount of rotation in that time, I should think, while I'm just trying things out, trying different combinations, seeing who's good at what. And then if we're still losing loads of games at that point, because presumably we're going to lose today, if we're still not outside of the relegation zone, once that process is done, that's when we'll start fiddling with the tactic. And maybe by Christmas, if we're lucky, I'll have a tactic that might work at this level and a first 11 that might be good enough to win a game here and there, and then we'll try and take things from there. But I am not at all confident about this coming season. We have comfortably the lowest wage budget available to any team in the league. We're semi-pro in a division full of professional teams, and we're not very good. And we scraped into promotion by the skins of our teeth. Any other year, that performance we put into the Conference South last year would not have got us promoted. But through a massive heap of coincidences and flukes, we managed to get ourselves up into this league. And now all I can really hope for is that someone else offers me another job by Christmas before I ruin my reputation by getting fired. I mean, to be fair, the board have said my target for the season is to battle bravely against relegation. So even if we get relegated, I'm not going to get fired. The media have predicted we'll finish just outside the relegation zone. I think they're being incredibly generous with that. But I guess we'll have a better feel for that probably in the next episode, once we've played a few games and got an idea of just how far away from the standard of the rest of the division we are. I mean, I might be really overestimating the ability of this league. And Lewis Robles has just got his first goal at this level. It's 1-1. So maybe there's not much difference between the National League and the National League South. I assume there probably is, though. I assume it's quite a step up. But I guess, like I say, we'll find out before the next episode or during the next episode when we get an idea of how good we are. I certainly don't expect Robles and Rittenberg to be my starting strikers by the end of the season. We've brought in a lot of new options for up front, but we've got to show a little bit of faith with the ones who were here before. So we'll try them for now. And Rittenberg's got a bit of a knock already, and if they don't score or if they get injuries, then we're obviously going to bring other players in. And I'd love Spy Rides to get 30 goals for us over the course of the season. He's got to get himself into the team first, though. And I'm not a monster. I can't just drop Rittenberg or Robles straight away, especially because Spy Rides is a poacher. So that'd involve dropping Robles. We've got quite a few options for the defensive forward where Rittenberg is. I think Nile Freeman is one of them. He is, so he's going to come on in a minute because Rittenberg's got an injury. So we'll give Freeman half an hour. We can't make substitutions from that screen, which still upsets me. There you go. Freeman can come on to make his debut. He gets a good half hour playing alongside Robles. What more could a man want on his debut? And we'll give it... There you go. We'll do some more substitutions now. So... I guess we'll take off Kaduba and bring on Clutton. Go back to our old faithful central midfield combination that we were doing last year. Served us so well. We've got Clutton on loan for another year. In fact, both of them, Clutton and Stevens, are both on loan for another year. And then we have got a couple of defensive options if we need them. But we're going to go and score a couple of goals. We don't need defensive options. Cross comes in. There's no one there to get on the end of it. And now Dover have a break on and we have a lot of players committed forward. Chambers got back, though, which is excellent, but he didn't quite win the ball. And they did hit us with the break in the end, which perhaps we should have made those defensive changes we were talking about. I'm encouraged by the stats. Even if we end up losing today, we've had more clear-cut chances. We've had more shots. I didn't get a chance to look at possession. We'll have a look at that again in a second. But we're doing all right. We're not going to win every game. We're going to try and finish like 15th or something. That would be a fantastic performance. We've had apologies for the panting and the sniffing, by the way. I have got a blocked nose. I'm not jogging on the spot while I do this. I'm conscious. I can hear myself panting. But it's because I can't breathe. And I don't want to sit here doing that. Because that sounds even worse, I think. Let me know in the comments what sounds worse, sniffing or panting. I need to get one of those Steam things for before I record. See, now it's all going a little bit wrong. This is the difference in quality. Moving up a league, the quality just takes a step up, and we haven't taken a step up with it. But I'm still going to take positives out of the game. We've still created chances. We've done okay. We might have to tweak the tactic a little bit. We're certainly not going. We don't need to be as reliant on wingers this year because, although Rowe's a good winger, he can play as an attacking midfielder if we need to go down that route. We've got Kaduba, who could go as defensive midfielder, so a diamond's there as an option. We could do something like a 4-2-3-1 if we need to. So we've got a few things we can experiment with if this just doesn't work at this level. But you never know, it might work. We've got a lot of strikers. We don't want to drop down to just one up front, certainly. Although I guess if we have to, we have to. And I really don't want to have to do counter-attacking or any of that nonsense that people ask me to do from time to time. This is Kev. Kev attacks. Even if we get relegated, I want to get relegated attacking. Not getting relegated trying not to concede goals. What's the point? I want to win football matches. I don't want to try and avoid losing them. Right, we're going to bring Osborne on for Armsworth. Armsworth hasn't played well at all. And we'll make that change. That might be a change that goes into the starting 11 for the next game as well. Because Osborne never really let us down last year. I know his average rating wasn't as good as it could be. But he was playing with no protection in front of him. Unlike on the other side where we had Henchcliffe on support, backing up the fullback. On Osborne's side, on the left, both Rowe and Compton, I can't remember his name now. He's dead to me because he's gone. We're playing on attacking, so less protection. There you go. Everyone looks delighted. We only lost 3-1. Hooray! It's going to be a long season. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.